I'm 1 in a million, you're more than that. I'm 1 in a billion, you're more than that. I'm 1 in a trillion, you're more than that. In fact, you're quite unique. Don't you know the way God made you? He had a special plan, but there would only ever be the one. And you know that God loves you so very, very much, and he's really, really pleased with all he's done.
Seven-year-old Luciana Wilin is 1 in more than a million. She suffers from Fibrodysplasia Ossificans Progressiva, or FOP, a very rare genetic disorder that causes her muscles and tendons to turn into bone. As she grows older, the condition will lock her limbs, gradually freezing her body into a living statue. Luciana is one of only 45 FOP sufferers in Britain. Although she lives the life of any other 7-year-old, the slightest bump or fall can cause a painful flare-up and trigger new bone to form.
I feel happy when I can join in games with my friends. Also, I feel happy when my friends care for me. I would like to be like everybody else.
The first time she ever asked why she had FOP, I think she was just over 3 years old. We were in the bathroom and she was brushing her teeth, and she just stopped brushing her teeth and she just turned around and looked at me and she said, "Mummy, why have I got FOP?" I was really shocked. So the only way I could explain it to her was, "You've got FOP because you're a very special little girl."
The condition started when I was about 2 years old, I think. And I felt, because when I was younger, I could stretch my arms right out, but now I can't because the extra bones grow.
When Luciana was born, she was perfectly normal. The only thing we did notice, her big toes were shorter than the rest of her toes. And it was really funny because I've got really funny feet. And all I kept saying through my pregnancy was, "I'm not bothered what sex the baby is, as long as the baby's not got funny feet like me."
When I had the first condition, it was like that. So I think when I get older, it'll go straighter, because I can make my toes straight.
A deformed big toe is one of the biggest clues in diagnosing FOP.
Do your toes ever hurt you?
No, only if I bang them and somebody stands on them.
With a newborn baby, the neck is very floppy and you've got to support the neck. But with Luciana, she was holding her neck up herself. They did x-rays, and what they picked up on the x-ray with her neck was the bones in her neck had fused.
The rarity of the disease means that diagnosis is often missed.
When Luciana was 10 months old, I was watching a documentary. It was just on and I've just started to watch it. And the documentary was actually about FOP. There was a point where they'd shown this child's feet, and the feet were exactly the same as Luciana's feet. And I just thought, oh, that's strange. They were showing FOP sufferers and the symptoms. It was like a jigsaw. I was just putting all the pieces together. There was some really severely affected people. And the more I was watching it, the more upset I was becoming. And I just thought, this is it. This must be what is wrong with Luciana. Shall we do a Simon Cowell? Woo! Call you Simon now.
The extra bone growth is clearly visible on Luciana's back.
Let Mummy look at your back. Make sure your back's not... Luciana, has your back been sore today? Is it sore there? It looks swollen.
No, it's not so.
Pina has to keep a close eye on Luciana for any new flare-ups of bone growth.
I can't get on.
Oh, gosh, you're hard work.
I'm not hard work.
You are.
I'm not.
normally what happens when she gets a flare-up, it's almost as though it's instant, because 1 minute she'll be fine playing and then the next minute she'll start crying, and I'll say, Luciana, what's the matter? Have you hurt yourself? And she'll say, Mummy, my back's sore. I think I've got a flare-up. That is when she does get sad. But I think she's quite a tough cookie.
Where does it hurt on your back? If it hurts?
About there where my bone is, and maybe there. A few months, I think it was last year, once I had a big flare up there, which did hurt me because it went under my arm.
This is the skeleton of a 45-year-old FOP sufferer. Struts of bone have replaced muscles, forming a skeletal frame where there shouldn't be one, and locking the entire body. This extra bone cannot be removed, as surgery triggers new growth.
I think this is a particularly cruel disease simply because it just robs you of movement. And it's almost like becoming encased in a shell. And increasingly that shell cuts you off from normal society. Your aspirations are there, your brain's working perfectly normally, you know what you want to do, and yet increasingly you just can't do it.
I'm gonna build a house.
It's a big day for Pina and Luciana. They are travelling to one of the few hospitals in the world that specialises in FOP. The checkup will reveal exactly how far the disease has progressed inside Luciana's body.
Hopefully they can examine her.
What's examine?
Examines when they're going to have a look at you and see how you're developing.
Oh,
And you have to stand up against this wall, and this magic camera takes a picture of you. They'll be able to look through your skin. Do you not think that's magic? That's going to be your x-ray. Are you happy because you're special? Yeah? Do you ever feel sad, Luciana?
yeah.
When do you feel sad?
When I'm at home.
When you're at home? Right. Doing what at home?
Just crying.
Crying? And what do you cry for?
Because I like to be myself, but I want to be like everybody else.
Right. And do you not think you are like everybody else?
No. No, I don't want to be different.
You don't want to be different?
Luciana and Pina are meeting FOP specialist Professor Paul Wordsworth.
Yeah, it's just at the local hospital.
He plans to x-ray her whole upper body to gain a precise indication of how far the disease has spread.
It was January this year that I saw you last. What's been happening to you since then? You'd got a few problems with your neck, hadn't you? Can we have a look at it?
Last year, Luciana developed a dangerous new bone growth under her chin. This could have caused her jaw to lock, leaving her unable to eat or drink.
That's it. Now look up at the ceiling.
In similar cases, other FOP sufferers have had to have their teeth removed.
That's it. That was quite hard last time, wasn't it?
Yeah, do you remember?
Yeah.
It seems to have gone back.
Yes, it is definitely
Seems to be
better
back
than
to
it was.
normal.
Yes. Okay. Now, let's have a look at those arms of yours. That's it. There's quite a lump just in the front there. Okay. Can you get this hand up to the back of your head like this? Okay, good. Let's have a look at your back just for a minute. Let's have a peek.
Oh, shall we show them that?
I'm going to come and sit round here.
Beauty spot on her back.
Okay.
haven't you?
Shall we
I'll
just
hold
lift the
out
back up?
And then she can see your back.
There we are.
I mean, at the moment,
That's it.
this is quite new.
Okay. Is that tender?
I don't think she would perhaps know.
Doesn't hurt? No? Okay, good. Just quite firm. Okay.
It's very
Well
rigid,
done.
isn't it?
It is. Obviously, we want to see the extent of the new bone that has formed. But the other thing is that this will form a very useful baseline for us in seeing what happens to her spine as she grows. I mean, over the next few years, she's going to go into a normal growth spurt at some stage. And sometimes you can get a curvature in the spine developing. And I think to have the X-ray now will be an opportunity for us to measure in the future how severe or not that actually is.
As Luciana gets older, the condition will become more severe.
So we'll go up to the X-ray department.
Researchers are close to isolating the faulty gene that causes FOP, but currently there is no treatment.
Ready?
You've got all shy now.
Ready?
That's fine. You look fine as you are, darling. Come over here for me. You've got beautiful hair, haven't you? Very nice. That's excellent. And chin up if you can. Well done. And let those arms out a tiny bit, just so we can get to see down your spine. All you have to do is keep very still for me. That's very, very good. Now, Mummy, if you can go behind the screen for me. Can you try and get those arms out? Ah, very good. Very, very, very still. Wonderful.
Very special one. That's
Look at that one.
the whole length of your body. And the most important thing on here is that you can see that problem with the elbow. All this new bone just down here in the biceps muscle. It really is like a complete new bone.
Is this all joined, all this here?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's all joined. So that's the other thing, that if you try and take your arm away from your side, and on this side as well,
That's why
it won't
she
go.
can't.
Because bone doesn't stretch.
That's right.
Is that my spine?
This is your spine, down there.
You see?
And this is the other X-ray which we took this morning. It does show some bone just underneath the jaw here, which I'm sure is the residue from that inflammation that's happened previously. So there is a little bit of bone under here. And one of the striking things when one looks at Luciana from the back is that she has got these bony struts which are apparent when you look at her chest from the back. Actually, they're not terribly easy to see on the X-ray. This is one of them, little bony bar going across. There's one coming in just here, but this is, again, one of the reasons why the spine in the chest and in the lumbar region is also stiff to move, because of these bony struts.
I don't know if I've told you, Luciana fell down the stairs when she was 2.
Yeah.
And it just so happened that a few months later, that was when she developed the first lump on her neck. Yeah. I'm just wondering if the trauma from such a bad fall could have...
It certainly could. I mean, you've only got to get a small amount of bruising in some individuals to trigger new bone forming like this. I couldn't absolutely put my hand on my heart and say, yes, that's definitely what it was. I don't think you should blame yourself about that at all. It's very important. It's very easy to blame yourself, and I don't think you should.
It's the not knowing how the disease is going to affect her physically and mentally. And I think that, for me, is the worst thing.
200 miles away on the Scottish border, there is a stark example of what the future may hold for Luciana.
If I'm lying flat in bed and you put your hands under my ankles, my head will go down. I don't bend at all. My arms and the shoulders is locked. Both of my legs is locked, knees, toes is all locked. I can just move my ankles up and down very slightly. You're just actually becoming solid with no mobility at all. I try and keep going as much as possible and if I just take it for day to day.
At 55, Robert Kinghorn is one of the oldest surviving FOP sufferers in Britain. The condition has made him a prisoner inside his own body.
It's something you start to live with and you hopefully accept. If it's a good day, you can go out and do shopping or whatever. It's embarrassing that you can't actually do things for yourself and whatever. You've got to rely on other people. People just don't understand because I think if you're physically disabled, you're mental as well.
There's absolutely no way that you can do normal things, and you become increasingly dependent on others to help you with even the most basic activities of daily living.
Sammy! Sammy! Sit.
Sit.
Sit. Good boy. Stay.
Give it a big throw over there.
After the recent breakdown of her parents' marriage, Luciana and her mother Pina are about to move out of the family home. Together, they are trying to come to terms with the impact that Luciana's condition will have on their lives.
We'll get off here while she's going there.
With question marks over her future, Pina wants Luciana to experience as many activities as possible while she still can.
And what do you want me to do while you're riding the horse?
Watch me. Don't stand next to me, Mummy.
Why? What are you going to do?
Gallop.
All right.
I'm going to be on the pony for an hour.
Are you?
How long more have we got?
Probably another 15 minutes.
I can smell Burnley.
Can you? What does Burnley smell like?
Horses. Hello? Mrs. Wilkin.
All right.
She's driving at the moment. You better ring in her at the weekend.
Not at the weekend.
Bye.
Oh my goodness, who was it?
I don't know.
At the weekend. Oh, Luciana.
Mummy, are we nearly there?
So we're going to come and say hello to him. Come on. Come on. Here he is. Can you see him up there? Oh, he's come to say hello. Give him a little stroke.
I can't.
Give him a little...
Can't
reach. Okay.
Do you want me
And
to
that's
pick
Spot.
you up? No?
So we'll go and get one of those special hats on now, shall we? Come and say hello. This is Spot. That's it. You can say hello now to him properly, can't
Look at
you?
his big eyes, Luciana.
He's no.
Yeah, we can literally get on from the mountain block. Ooh, right up there. Sit on. That's it.
She does miss out on so many activities, and something like this, which is quite safe for her, somebody's next to her, and you can see that she's really, really enjoying it, and she loves animals anyway. It's very important because she's doing what everybody else in her class would be doing.
And we're going to give a little pull, and that tells him to stop. And stop.
She's not very good at running.
Is she not? Oh dear, that's telling secrets, isn't it? How do we make him go? Both legs, that's it, well done.
Faster.
Faster, that's it, that's what we tell him.
She knows herself she's not got very good balance, so I thought that would have, made her not want to trot with the horse, but I'm surprised. And she's doing really well, and I can see she's thoroughly enjoying herself too.
Faster.
There's so many negative points of Luciana having FOP, and that just makes me think, well, yeah, she's got a rare condition, but at the same time, she's leading life to the full, and she wants to lead life to the full. And, I think Luciana's going to be one of these children that, no matter what, nothing is going to stop her from having a good time.
So we'll take Spot out first.
It seems to be a condition which is rather more active during the growing years. So there's something about growth that is involved. Really, it is childhood and adolescence that's the difficult time.
In a few more years, she's going to be going through puberty and things like that. She's not going to want somebody taking her to the toilet.
No, I have to do this.
Luciana already needs help with everyday tasks.
Ooh, Luciana, don't fall in. She does get frustrated because, she can't reach the light switch, or she can't get in the fridge if she wants a yoghurt or, a drink out of the fridge. She's constantly got to ask somebody, and that really does get her frustrated. And also, it's taken her independence away as well.
I do it.
Are you all right with that hand? Hold it nice and steady. When you've got an itch, you just automatically quickly go to scratch it. But with Luciana, because she can't lift her arms, you know, by the time she says, "Mummy, Mummy, itch my head," it's that itchy. You can see the sheer frustration in her face, and she's like shouting at me, "Mummy, scratch my head."
At school, Luciana needs a full-time carer to make sure she doesn't hurt herself.
I don't think about it very much now. This is sort of my 5th year working with her, and I've got used to when I can stand back and when I have to be hands-on. I have to hold back because she is so loving. Obviously, I can't get attached. I stand as far away as possible and run if anything does look like it's going to happen. Sometimes we have to hold her back and say, "Look, you can't do that because it will damage your arms." But she will try anything. Luciana's friends look after her. They do so much for her. We have to sometimes remind her just to say please and thank you. She's so much better at that now. Yeah, they help her all the time.
But like any child, it's hard to protect her from every little bump and knock.
Maybe give me some Calpol.
Do you want some Calpol? Yeah? Well, do you know what? I think I've got some in my purse. Shall we give you some magic Calpol and see if it cures you? Yeah? Shall we do that? Let's have a look if Mummy's got some in her bag. Do you think you've hurt your hip? Does it feel like it's hurting because you've banged it?
Oh, it feels like a tummy ache and I've banged it.
Right. Did it start hurting when you was running?
No, when I came back with Katie, it started hurting. Oh, my head, it's midges on me.
There?
Yeah.
Is that better?
Yeah.
Other than using everyday painkillers, there is little Pina can do to ease Luciana's discomfort.
Obviously, I've not been with her today, so I don't know what's been happening at school. Normally, if she has hurt herself, they would. Where?
There.
She's just got an itch and she can't reach it, so I've got to scratch her head for her. I do worry because is she in pain because of the FOP, or is it just a general pain that any other child would be having?
Maybe I've pulled a muscle.
Do you think you've pulled a muscle? Is it getting better now? Yeah? Does it feel a bit better? Yeah? I've been on my own and I've thought to myself, why has Luciana got FOP, you know? Why have we been given a child with such a rare condition, you know, such an horrendous condition as well?
I just get angry because I want it to go away and I don't want such cold compress on in winter because it'll make me even colder.
For a severe flare-up, short-term treatment with steroids is a last resort.
Once I had a big flare-up on my neck that was really hurting me. I had to have steroids and I didn't like the steroids because the taste of sour, really sour blackcurrant. Can you see it's gone now? It's come back. Gone, come back, gone, come back, gone, come back.
Luciana probably wouldn't be Luciana if she didn't have FOP. And I just got to think positive thoughts rather than negative thoughts. And I think if I did think negative about Luciana's condition, I think I probably wouldn't deal with it as well as I do deal with it.
With testing times ahead, Luciana is going to need all the support she can get. As Luciana's condition escalates, she may contort and freeze into a set position. If she is lucky, she may be able to choose for herself. If she isn't, her body will choose for her.
The difficult thing for many individuals is that as they get more and more ossification of the muscles, they have to make some really difficult choices about what they're going to do with their life, and that is as basic as, are they predominantly going to spend their lives sitting, or are they going to spend their lives predominantly standing up?
FOP has ravaged 28-year-old Adrian Berry's body, bending his spine forward. He was diagnosed as a child, but it wasn't until he hit his teens the condition rapidly deteriorated.
So it has made me angry, this condition. Not all the time, but sometimes when you get a minute on your own to think. So that's why it's important to keep an active lifestyle and a very varied lifestyle, like the allotment, my bike, my computer, visiting people. I like coming down my allotment because I don't feel imprisoned within the four walls of the house, and it gives me my own space and freedom, the experience of freedom.
Hello.
Adrian still keeps in contact with many old school friends.
It's only in the later years that this condition has affected my life really, but I still have a social life and get on with day-to-day things pretty well considering.
Want to drink here,
Yeah, please. Oh yeah, that's it. Get me a bad man. I know, can't hold me down. I don't think you can ever run away from the disease because it's always there in the back of your mind. I think I have had moments where I've been depressed, but I think that's just everybody must get sometimes when they feel a bit low and had enough.
Pina is visiting Adrian and his parents. She wants to find out how other FOP sufferers and their families cope with the worsening of the disease.
Hello. How are you?
I'm fine, how are you?
I'm fine, thank you. Hi, Adrian. I know. She's great. She's 7 now. Yeah, I'm just trying to think how old she was when you last saw her. I think she was about 4, wasn't she? Do you remember seeing Luciana? Do you remember?
I didn't.
Did you not?
No, I didn't. We didn't see her, did I?
I think.
No,
did you go home in the evening?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you probably didn't see her then. I'd like to know what Luciana's actually feeling and thinking about having FOP, because she's very aware that she has got FOP.
Certainly at Luciana's age, you don't realise you have this horrible disease inside you. So you just get on with life as normal.
And her next big stage is going to be when she becomes a teenager and she's going to want to start going out with her friends, and that's when I'm going to be really worried because she's not going to be with me. I mean, how have you dealt with that, growing up?
Unfortunately.
Have you experienced people looking at you thinking, what's wrong with him?
I have experienced it quite a bit, people staring over, especially now I'm reliant on a stick with my back altering and things.
Have you ever got upset by people staring at you?
It's just human nature. I can notice myself looking at people and wondering what's up with them or why are they doing such a thing. I mean, you don't go out and stare at the floor constantly. You just look around you and surroundings and things. With growing up with this disease, especially from an early age, you learn to adapt. So it's all about adapting. As it becomes worse, you find other ways around things or do things differently.
Okay, so hopefully everybody just say one.
As she cannot raise her hands, Luciana is already finding ways to adapt.
Katie? I think we'll go round table by table, then you don't all have to have your hands up. Okay. Rachel?
This week it was a bit of a thunderstorm in the afternoon. I'm moving house.
You're going to be moving house?
I'm moving next door, but one to Katie and Joanna.
Friends just next door, that's
Could you give me any good advice?
We've always given him a free rein. He's just done his own thing.
Right.
You've got to let them have a normal life.
Yeah. But it's just
really.
finding that fine line, you know, between
It is.
letting them
I
have a
suppose
normal life and it being safe and...
You know, you can't keep hold of them because you can't wrap them in cotton wool. It's life. I mean, he knows his own capabilities.
Right.
So, and they've got to learn.
So your advice to me would be, let her have as much freedom as possible.
Definitely.
This is what I'm going to be faced with in a few years' time, and I do think about it a lot and I do worry about it.
Please don't spend your life worrying.
I know, but it's only natural
I
to
know
worry.
it is.
I mean, you
I
would
know
worry
it
about a
is.
child even if they didn't
I
have
know.
a condition.
Yeah.
When you talk to Adrian, and you know he's lived with it for 29 years, I mean he's got such a fantastic personality and such a really good outlook on life. Yeah, Adrian is very severely affected with FOP, which can be very upsetting. But when you get to talk to Adrian, I mean, he's got, you know, the personality shines through, and you just sort of see beyond his disability because he's got such a fantastic personality.
It's Luciana's favourite time of the week. She's at the local hospital for her regular hydrotherapy session.
Luciana, you ready? Come on then.
This is one of the few chances she has to escape from the confines of her body.
Hang on, hang on, hang on.
She's very excited. Oh, where's she gone? Where's she gone? Are you going in there today? Oh, she's been a big girl today. You've been a big girl today?
All right.
Okay.
Right, come on then, Luciana.
She gets very excited each time she comes. She loves splashing about. She's got that feeling of independence, gets a little bit more confidence in herself, and that's grown as she's been coming to see me.
While nothing can be done to prevent flare-ups from forming, hydrotherapy keeps her joints mobile and healthy. For now, Luciana retains complete freedom of movement in her lower body. But as she gets older, the condition will undoubtedly spread throughout her limbs. Unlike Adrian, Robert Kinghorn is frozen in an upright position. Pina hopes he will be able to offer some insight into the big issues that are looming in Luciana's life.
Hello.
How are you?
Hi, I'm Pina.
Oh,
Nice to meet you.
Have a nice journey.
I have, yes. It was long, but I'm here. Yeah,
Yes.
it was okay.
How's Luciana?
She's fine. She's at school at the moment. She loves school, yeah. She's got lots of lovely friends who look after her.
That's nice.
Yeah, they are really good with her. I mean, they know that she's got a disability. Can you tell me more about the decision you chose to be in the upright position? And I always thought FOP would make that decision for you.
No, FOP didn't make the decision for me. I was lucky that an orthopedic surgeon, he seen I was starting to bend forward when I was walking. He decided they would make us a leg brace and a waist brace to stop his bending forward.
Can you explain how it works for me?
The top part goes round the waist, and that obviously that goes down the left leg.
So how often do you wear this?
I wear it every day.
Every day?
Every day. And you wear it as long as you're on your feet. It's something else you just get used to. Once you've worn it, that's it. If you take it off, you miss it. It does the job.
The caliper stops him from bending forward, but he is still unable to walk. Robert needs to use a customised trolley to move around his home.
So this trolley, what you use, how does it work?
Well, it's on wheels, but it was made specially by the medical physics at the General Hospital, meant to go along with the bed, so I could be pushed around the house, and actually I'll go outside in this as well, into the garden. It's great, I spend a lot of time on this, and I'm far happier actually being standing than actually in myself in wheelchair.
I was quite nervous because the way his condition has developed, he's in an upright position, and I've never actually met anybody with FOP that's actually in a permanent upright position. But the advice Robert gave me was, you know, if we had to choose for which position Luciana should be in, it is better to be in an upright position rather than a sitting down position. Robert also said FOP really is quite an horrific condition to live with. When people say that to you, that's when you actually realise how severe the condition is and how severe the condition can be in the future. Whereas at the moment, I'm looking at Luciana and looking at what she's capable of doing, and I don't tend to look beyond what could happen to Luciana. So, yeah, there were times today when I did realise how the condition is going to affect Luciana and myself, being her carer.
As Pina's divorce is finalised, she prepares to pack up the family home. The move marks a new chapter in their lives. Although Pina's ex-husband will always be nearby to help, she is facing up to the prospect of living on her own with Luciana as her condition worsens.
What I do think about a lot is, will Luciana go to work? Will she be able to drive a car? Is she going to be able to, you know, socialise with her friends? More or less the things that I've been able to do.
Tell me about what you want to do when you grow up.
You do quite know what you want to be when you were a child. It is a bit muddly up. Be a shopkeeper, be a teacher, be an artist, be a makeup teacher, be... I don't know. No, I would like to teach people who haven't got FOP.
Why is that?
Because then you get to know what it feels like being without FOP.
I do think of the worst case scenario where, you know, maybe Luciana might never live independently. She might always have to live with me. She might never, you know, get married and have children. And it does upset me.
I would like babies, but I want my husband.
What do you like about babies?
They're so cute.
How many babies would you like when you grow up?
20 million.
She does talk about, you know, having babies when she's older and what she's going to call these babies. And I just think, will she be able to ever have children of her own? Will I ever be a grandma?
And do you think about your FOP when you're older? Do you think it's going to get in the way?
I don't know. I don't know until I get older.
Do you think you do worry about it a lot?
Yeah.
With the added pressure of the impending house move, Pina has organised a half-term holiday for the two of them to get away. She has the surprise of a lifetime in store for her daughter.
Luciana, do you know what I think we might be doing today? Not to let you into a little secret. A big secret. Do you know where we're going today? Do you know why we've come here?
To go to the beach.
To go to the beach. And also we've got a surprise for you.
Where?
We're going to take you to swim with the dolphins. What do you think? Do you think you'd like that? Score out of 10, how much would you like to go and swim with the dolphins?
10.
10 out of 10? Do you think you'll be able to manage it?
Are you coming home?
Do you want me to come with you?
Pina has brought Luciana to a dolphin therapy centre that caters for children with special needs.
Oh, look. Look at that.
Hello. Would you like to meet my friend Duke? Oh no. Duke is very excited to play. Oh. Very good. Okay. Thank you, Duke. Should you push me in the water? Can you give me a big push in the water? Oh, good job. Thank you. One.
It's okay.
I know it's cold, darling. It'll warm up in a minute.
Okay. I will like it out.
Don't worry, we'll be here to get you out.
Oh, that's funny. Yeah, good. Okay, can we have a handshake? Mm-hmm. Hello, Duke. There he is. Oh, Duke. Hello, Duke.
Open your mouth. I have to give him a kiss.
You want to give him a kiss? Okay, we are ready for a kiss. Okay, I'm gonna put my hand right by your cheek. Are you ready? Here he comes. Come here, Duke. Oh! Can you turn and give him a kiss? Give him a kiss. Very nice.
Do you think it's something you'll both remember?
Yeah, it's definitely been something. It's, you know, it's a chance of a lifetime for to do something like this. And it's just so nice that, you know, she misses out on so much on a daily basis. And then you come to something like this and you can see that she's enjoying it so much. And it's just very emotional to see her having so much fun.
Well done, Luciana.
Okay. Now, do you know what else a dolphin could do with the hoop? Oh, I think you have an idea, and Mom can help us with it. Hi, Mom, you're going to get a little splash in the water. Yeah. Okay, you ready? Can you look at the jumps? Ready?
Again!
One more time, Duke. Where are you? Duke, where are you?
Again!
Thank you, Duke. Was that fun?
The most important part of coming to Miami was for Luciana to swim with the dolphins, and because we've actually achieved that, you know, it'll stick in her memory hopefully forever. I don't think she'll ever forget it. It's always nice to be with Luciana and, you know, do special things like this with her. But at the same time, it kind of reminds me of how difficult it is actually being on my own with her and, you know, being the only one responsible for her. There's been many times when I have been really tearful, but I've got to sort of hold it back. And I just think, you know, Luciana's got so much to deal with herself, her own emotions. I don't want to put my emotions onto her as well, because she would worry about me. And the last thing I want her to do is to worry about me. Really, it probably would be good if I just sort of, you know, every now and again let my emotions come out, but I'm just doing it because I want to protect Luciana.
After their dream holiday, it is time to face up to the realities of their everyday life. Pina is taking Luciana to see the home where they will spend their future together.
Nobody's lived in it for a while, I don't think, Luciana.
Smells old.
Does it smell? What do you think of that fire?
Horrible.
I think we might have to change the fire. At the moment, we're living in a house with stairs, so every time Luciana needs to go to the bathroom or go in a bedroom to play, she has to, you know, she has to come and ask me, Mummy, I need the toilet, Mummy, I need to go upstairs. I know that Luciana's really going to benefit from being in this bungalow, and the same applies to me, you know, and it's going to be great for me to see Luciana having more independence and not having to rely as much on me. You could have all your friends having a sleepover. You could
have 100,000,000 beds.
You could fit all the girls in your class in this room. You could have a big sleepover.
Please.
And drive me potty.
Please.
if the FOP, you know, starts to get more aggressive, that's when obviously Luciana is going to get more dependent on me, because she's going to be less able to do things for herself. Luciana, how would you like to decorate this room?
Take the carpet out, take the wallpaper out, take the
Curtains off, right. And what we're going to put instead?
Pink.
Pink? Pink again? I am a little bit apprehensive about is the fact that I am going to be on my own with Luciana. Whereas at the moment, it's Luciana, me and Luciana's daddy. Whereas once I'm in this bungalow on my own with Luciana, you know, all the responsibility is going to be on me. But I'm sure I'll cope. And you could come with me and choose the wallpaper. What do you think?
What's the matter? There's a worm on the floor.
Oh, I think it's an elastic band, Luciana. So you want that room and I'm going to have this room? Oh, we'll see. We'll see.
No, actually, I want this room.
This is a nice, cosy room, Luciana.
I
think this is nice. It's nice and cosy. But I don't know where we're going to fit all your toys, Luciana. I hope the FOP doesn't come between me and Luciana. I'm sure there's going to be times when she's going to get frustrated and I'll get frustrated. But I just think, you know, me and Luciana will always have a special bond. I hope that will always be the case.
For more information about Luciana's condition, please log on to www.ifopa.org.